this video, we'll run through a little hack for resizing images to the right ratio for your particular use. So in this example, we've got a shop where all the image tiles or the product tiles are the same size and shape, so they line up in this neat grid. So not all shops are like this, so you don't need to do it for all shops, but any shop like this where the image ratio matters and it needs to be the same in order to keep this kind of neat grid. Then we want the product images to be of the same ratio. So in this case it's square. So what do we do if we have images like these ones which are not square but couldn't be cropped to square, otherwise they would cut off some important part of the image. So assuming you don't have any software for design or particular software like that you know how to use, there are some hacks for those of us who don't, who are just working from home, running a shop from home, and want to be able to do this without design skills. Okay, so first of all, if you've just got something like Publisher or the Apple equivalent, you can just use something like this. So we'll insert the picture first. So where are we? So insert the picture and then click off it. And this is working with Publisher, so other software might be slightly different, but if we worked on it, then anything we do now will replace that image. So that's why I click out of it and now insert a picture placeholder. So by default in Publisher this one is square, but you can right click format picture and just make sure you unlock the aspect ratio and change this to the ratio you need. But in this case, square is good. Hang on, I should just check that that actually was square. Yes. Okay, so now we want to get it to exactly around so that the image is in the middle. Now in Publisher you've got these lovely pink lines that pop up when you get to that point, so you can see that cross through the middle because we're vertically centered and now horizontally centered on the page and the other image. So once that's all done, you can select it all, right click, and then save as picture. Now it'll automatically, depending on your settings, here it's automatically going to save it as a PNG, which means that anything transparent in the image stays transparent, including the picture placeholder. But in this case we don't need it, a white background is fine, so we'll go for JPEG because that'll give us a smaller file size. Okay, and then just give it the name that you want. So actually I should just double check on the... Okay, and actually another thing, oops, I might even use an extra cheat here we'll show you of an online tool called convertcase.net, and we can just convert this here to the case we want, capitalized case, rather than having to type it out again. And then where am I? Back in here, just going to rename this part so it's not capitalized, and then save. And now if we look in our folder here, there we are, a nice square one. It's only 27.3 kilobytes, so it's actually smaller than the other one. And then in terms of size, 610 by 610, so it has made it a bit smaller, which this is still big enough. If you did need it to be bigger, you can play around a little bit in here, but that is essentially it, a little hack for getting a image that's not square to be a square image without having to crop out any of the picture.